Shalom, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the elder apostles, read millstone, citation, I can teach all truth, sincerity. Um, I'm going to read Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13 says, And Yahweh said, Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them, because as a nation we were scattered to the four corners of the earth, and we're you know held captive. We were held captive. We're still in captivity under these heathens, and we don't control you know our food reservoirs. We have no ownership of what food, how the food is prepared, how the food is, um, how it is before it goes to the grocery store. So everything here is basically defiled. Everything we put in our body, food, drink, um, things we wear, things we wash ourselves with, everything under heaven, on earth, that we dabble in or use, is defiled. And you know like it says in um Isaiah 24 verse 4, because in the society, in America, which is Babylon, you try to eat a as close as nutritional diet as you can, but like the scriptures say, don't be over righteous, don't be or, on certain things, because you're not going to change the defiledness of the food, that we have to indulge here in this society. You're not going to change the defiledness. The only way to change the defiledness of the food here is to burn this place with fire, because fire is a cleansing agent, and it will cleanse the defiledness of this wicked place off the earth. And not just this place, Babylon, but everything else that's defiled on the earth, that Esau has defiled. It would cleanse, all the filthiness, all the stuff that is profaned and needs to be burnt. It will clean it completely off. You know, But anyway, this is Isaiah 24 verse 4. It says, "The earth mourneth and faded away; the world languished and faded away. The haughty people of the earth do languish." It says, "The earth is also defiled under the heaviness thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant." Because they everything is defiled. Because Esau, he's in rulership, and he's not following you know, any law, statute, commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. He's just going after his own lust, being prideful, and doing what he uh, deems as right in his eyes, which is, he's the wicked, and his ways are, going to lead to death. Especially, when the law, statute, commandments lead to life and lead to a better environment, rather than Esau. He doesn't do a land Sabbath, so the land is totally doesn't bring forth its strength. Esau, he doesn't he treats the animals awfully, which gives them distress. And the way these animals are prepared, it's just like it brings their the meat is not what's the word, the meat is it has I'm thinking of the word, like when animals are killed in a distressful way, is like the meat is not as good as it's supposed to be. But anyway, other than the point is, they don't follow the laws, statute, commandments, and they don't their ways are contrary to the ways of the Lord. Anyway, but I was gonna get another scripture because I want to go back to that point where it talks about how the Lord um, scattered us and brought us to um, uh, we were scattered to places that we would be driven where we would have to eat our defiled bread among Gentiles. This is Deuteronomy 29 verse 28 says, and how it ruled them out of their land in anger and wrath and in great indignation, and cast them their into another land as it is this day. Because that's what happened. We moved the Most High to wrath because we went after the gods of the other nations, and we basically committed spiritual fornication. We angered our power because we were like his wife. We were his wife spiritually, and because we were considered a comely and delicate woman unto him, and we were considered his wife, and he cast us off because we kept committing adultery against him, and he got angry and was like, no, since you keep committing adultery, going after these idols, I'm going to give you over to them, and you're going to be their captives. And that was the point I wanted to get back to, because the point is, like, we're eating our defiled bread amongst these heathens, but you know that was because we angered the Lord, and it's basically our fault, in the first place, because if we would have followed Yahweh Shem Yahshai honestly and wholly to the best of our ability, and didn't go after those idols, we probably would have stayed, where we were. But since we didn't do that, we were casted off and put in other lands and put in captivity under these heathens, you know. But I'm gonna go to Baruch because I just want to get Baruch right quick, and then I'm gonna go to another scripture. This is Baruch 4:6. It says, "Ye were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies." And that was the reason why I'm bringing it up, because I just mentioned this because that's why we were sold, because we moved our power to wrath. He got angry, and we were sold to our enemies. It says, verse 7, "For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils," because we were sacrificing unto those idols, which were devils, and not the true power. We weren't satisfied with our true power. As a nation, we always wanted to have what he had, when we had everything that Yahweh Bashim Yahshua had to offer at our fingertips. He was with us back in the times, back in the ancient times. He was with us. He showed us signs and wonders, and fed us and clothed us, and nothing. We didn't lack nothing. And we still turned our back on him. You know, uh, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna go to Mark 16 verse. Let me see. Uh, this is Mark 16 verse 18. It says, "They shall take up serpents if they drink any deadly thing; it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover." Um, Salaki, I was thinking of something else, but um, uh, I'm gonna right here. I'm gonna say, all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, citation, welcome to y'all, true sincerity, shalom.